I was a dance major at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. At that time, I had horrible knees. I was actually flying home to Kansas City to see an orthopedic surgeon. And he told me at the age of 19 that I needed knee surgery on both my knees. I took that information to my Pilates instructor, and she said, no, you don't need to have complete knee surgery. At your age, you need Pilates. Injury prevention, core strength, symmetry. Pilates is supposed to change your life. It's not just a workout.
Welcome to the Higher Form podcast, where high performance meets real life. We talk about how to grow with intention, lead with clarity, and feel strong in every season.
Welcome to the Higher Form podcast. Today it is me and my guest, Kahley. Thanks for coming in, Kahley.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So Kahley and I met. I am a certified Pilates instructor, and Kahley actually was my instructor who gave me my certification. So we'll get into all the nitty gritty of that. But Kahley is a mom. She's a business owner. She created a product in the Pilates space, and she works with some professional athletes, and she has her own health journey. So I'm excited to dive into all of the details so you guys can learn a little bit about Kahley. So I know a little bit about your health journey and your story and kind of like your background, but just for everybody else, give me a little brief on kind of how you got to where we are today, your health journey, because I know you have a story there. So I'd love to just hear about that.
Well, so I'll start with kind of how I got into Pilates. I was a dance major at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and we were required to take Pilates there. We had to take 3 semesters, and this is back in 2000. I had never seen a reformer. I had never heard of Pilates. So I was like, okay, I'll do this. And as I got started, I was like, wow, this is brilliant. You know, just knowing that this is something I had never done before, and it was so beneficial to my body as being a dancer. At that time, I had horrible knees to the point where I was actually flying home to Kansas City to see an orthopedic surgeon. And he told me at the age of 19 that I needed knee surgery on both my knees. So I took that information back to Las Vegas to my Pilates instructor, and she said, no, you don't need to have complete knee surgery. At your age, you need Pilates.
Oh my gosh, 19. Yeah, that
19 years
crazy.
old. So she was the Pilates teacher, the dance teacher. She was also the one that started the certification at UNLV.
Wow.
And she took me under her wings and taught me, showed me how to rehabilitate my knees.
I didn't realize DK Dolly was that connected to you. I was going to ask how you got that connection. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so she's there. She's the founder of the certification that I taught you.
Yeah.
And my mentor.
Yeah.
And the person that, you know, made me a believer of what this method can do for you.
Wow.
So I was healed. I didn't have to get surgery.
No.
I decided then that that was going to be my future. And I kind of didn't stop with the dancing, but it definitely quieted my heart and gave me peace that this is where I'm supposed to go. And I went through the certification program under her, and I started working right away. And I started certifying others right away.
Okay.
And I got to do amazing things right away. It's something that was natural for me, and she believed in me and gave me lots of opportunities to kind of grow while I was in Vegas.
Took off. So you were in Vegas for a while. With all this was in Vegas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you move back to Kansas City then?
I moved back in 2005. I had already decided I was going to open a studio. And my mom, you know, I was 25 years old. She helped me financially. And I would fly back and forth. She found a location, started to get that all up and running. And I moved back, and 3 weeks later, opened the studio.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So,
the same one that you're in now, or was it somewhere else initially?
I've moved 3 times, but similar location.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because we have expanded and everything.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. So Dolly is who created the certification, and that's who I'm certified through because it's through Kahley. I didn't know you guys had such an intimate connection.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I mean, I told her, I said, this is what I want, and I want to learn directly from you, and I need you to teach me how to run a studio, how to do all this. So that was 2003 I'm sorry, yes, 2003 when I finally fully got certified. And I, spent 2 years under her.
Totally.
I got to go to Japan. I opened her first studio in Japan. I got to do just some great things to make me grow and feel pretty confident that I could open a studio.
Put you under the fire and say, go.
Yes, she did.
I mean, I knew you were into dancing. So what kind of, like, what style of dancing?
Everything. As a
everything.
dance major,
Okay.
you do all of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like
But I
ballet
kind of
or...
put that
Yeah.
I put that away. Like I moved to Las Vegas to dance.
Yeah.
And when I found Pilates, it was like your heart is just full.
Yeah.
It just like the piece of the searching just came to an end.
You're just like, this is
This
it.
is
This
it.
is what I was
Yeah.
meant to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
remember that
so
feeling
special.
that yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. And so Pilates, that was your kind of first step after college, finding that for you. And I know you have a health journey. How did that come into play, and how did Pilates help you recover and kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel with all of
Yeah.
that?
So 2019, I was starting to feel symptoms of nausea and just very, very, very tired. And long story short, I got diagnosed with autoimmune hepatitis and was in acute liver failure end stage. So they told me I had 90 days to live.
Oh my gosh.
I went to the University of Kansas Health System. My doctor there, this is a very long story short.
Yeah, no, it's totally okay.
Decided that there was nothing that they could do except for put me on the transplant list. So I received a transplant within about 3 weeks of all of this.
Yeah, wow.
And that happened on October 2nd, 2019.
Oh my gosh.
So that was definitely much more of a challenging journey than the knee thing.
Yeah.
The method of Pilates helped me through that tremendously, just from mental and physical strength, but also being strong before you go into something like that
Yeah.
definitely helped me survive my surgery, because my
Yeah.
surgery was not the best. I ended up having a blood clot that went into my lung, and I had a pulmonary embolism. And then the blood clot went into my heart, and I have a flap, which is a PFO, and that flap opened. And then the rest of that blood clot went into my brain, and I had 4 minor strokes.
Oh my gosh, that's
So
so insane.
They stopped the surgery, kept me sedated, took me to radiology and inserted an IVC filter. And they kept me there for 24 hours. They didn't finish it, just making sure that I was going to be okay.
Yeah.
So the point of me telling you all this is that the doctors said because my body was strong,
Yes.
I had the ability to get through that
Yeah.
complication.
Oh my gosh, no, seriously, that's so important though. I think even if you know you're going into surgery, the stronger you are, the more your body's just able to handle stress, the better off your recovery is going to likely be, just because your body's used to managing stress.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah.
that's so important. Wow. So
Yeah.
all these years of taking care of your health leading into it supported your recovery.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was only in 2019.
Yeah.
Because I met you 2022, I think.
Or was it during 2020?
No, it was 20.
That was I think I met you my first cert
That's
that I
right.
taught again.
I was pregnant with Julia in my first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2020,
Yeah.
2021.
we were wearing masks.
Yes,
Yeah.
we were. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was so close to that. Okay.
I got back pretty quick. I
Yeah.
started teaching 2 months after surgery, not
my
completely,
gosh.
once a week,
Yeah.
and then fully back 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I was determined.
No, you're like, I am getting back in
I'm
it.
getting back. I
Yes.
know how to do this. I knew how to do it with the Pilates method. I had to
Yeah.
create new ways to do it as well, because I couldn't lie flat on my back for a long time.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
and I mean, that's a lot of trauma to your midsection,
A lot,
right? I mean,
yeah.
a lot of surgery, all the things. And so, yeah, you probably
Yeah.
had to adapt a lot to
Mm-hmm.
regain strength and mobility and
Yeah.
stability. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with your studio, Pilates by Kahley, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you said you started it when you, like, even before you moved back from Vegas.
Well, no. So we were starting to get it all together.
Okay, and
but
then you moved.
2005 is when, August 1st, 2005 is when
Okay.
it opened.
Okay, so you've been
Yeah.
open for
20.
20,
20.
Okay, 20.
Yeah,
There's
20
the
years.
math. 20 years. Did you do
Yeah.
anything to celebrate? That's so awesome.
I didn't.
Yeah. I know when
I
you're in
mean,
the thick of it, you're just like,
I thought I would do something really big, and then I just am so busy
yeah,
with
yeah, no,
things.
100%. Maybe you're
So
25, you'll have to do
maybe.
a little
I
something.
celebrated my 17th year, which sounds crazy, but I
Yeah.
missed the 15th because of COVID.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was like, I'm doing something.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
who knows? It's just there's a lot going on.
When you're in
So
the thick of the day to day and growing and building, it's,
yeah.
yeah, those like milestones sometimes just kind of in one ear out the other. Just
Yes.
kind of be like, okay, cool, yay. Okay, what's next? On
Kind of,
to the
yeah.
next thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally get that. So in your studio, you
Mhm.
do, give me a brief of like what you all offer in your studio. Because I
Yeah.
know a lot of people listening might not know a whole lot about Pilates.
Sure.
They might know the basics, like people do reformer and stuff, but you do a lot of different stuff. So
Yeah.
what do people come to you for? What do they
Primarily now they come for reformer.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was always mat first, Pilates mat first, then reformer, and then you do everything, Cadillac, chair, ladder barrel, spine corrector.
Yeah.
People just want the reformer right now. So we
Yeah.
primarily have reformer classes.
Yeah.
We still do privates, we still do semis and triples, but everyone wants to just be on that reformer.
Do the class.
Yeah.
Well, and that kind of brings me to the thought like Pilates is so hype in the industry right now, right?
Right.
It's all over social media. Pilates princesses, I
Yes.
mean, it's just all over. What do you think about the hype that Pilates has gotten? Are you for it? Are you supportive of it? Yay, nay? What are your 2 cents on it?
No, I love it because this was the goal of Joseph Pilates. He wanted it to be all around the world.
Yeah.
The only, I don't want to say issue, I don't want anyone to think that I'm upset about it, but I do feel like the foundation and the Pilates concept is gone.
Yeah.
It's getting pushed underneath the rug.
Yeah.
And so that I don't like as much because Pilates is supposed to change your life. It's
Yeah.
not just a workout.
Yeah.
It is literally designed to make you better from the inside out. And I'm not sure that all of those little detail cueing and technical stuff is being taught.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, from what I've learned from you, it like the classical style of Pilates is you don't find it in very many places anymore. A lot of people are
Yeah.
doing like sculpt Pilates or, like they're kind of making it almost like a hit class too
Right.
at the same time, which is totally fine. It's movement. I think
Right.
that's so great. But I think the basics are getting a little bit kind of bypassed.
Yeah.
But more people are doing it, so it's like, okay, where do you draw the line of getting people involved in it or being super strict on it being like this isn't classical, you're not doing it right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I think it's good that people are
Moving.
moving and
Moving.
they like it, and it's a form of movement, and
Yes.
it's supporting their bodies.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm with you.
You just, as long as people aren't getting hurt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's my biggest
Yeah.
thing. And if they are excited to be there and they're excited to be around a community, that's great and it's positive.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I do feel like a little bit's being missed.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and this brings me to ask, I know you do work with a couple professional athletes. I know you work with some Chiefs players, which Kansas City people will love all of that. But then you work with a couple like MMA guys and stuff too, right? Or one
In the past.
in the past you
Yeah.
have? Yeah. So how is Pilates supportive to somebody who's in that field, a professional athlete of sorts? Why is this so beneficial for their performance, their recovery? Why are they doing it?
Well, and I would say this for everybody because it's kind of the same thing,
Yeah.
but injury prevention, core strength, symmetry. I mean, it's all of the benefits that they're getting, everybody else is also getting. But because their body is their tool, we have to really focus on the things that they're not getting at the gyms or their training facilities. So that's where Pilates comes in, making sure that those smaller muscles are getting worked, which helps injury prevention, making sure that their core is strong, especially, I do a little bit more with the defensive linemen and how they're holding and carrying their bodies, making sure their anterior and posterior chain is strong enough just to hold those positions before they have to do those explosive movements.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot, but it kind of, it goes to everyone as well. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
Absolutely.
So when each individual walks into the studio, I look at them and just think, what is their body needing?
Yeah.
Not necessarily what does this group of people need because they're athletes. It's me looking at them as one. And so this person might be completely out of line on the right side or have something going on in a different, you know what I mean? So we just train them as individuals just to bring symmetry and balance back into their bodies. And awareness, like somebody maybe have never been taught certain muscles or how to activate certain muscles. So what I'm teaching them is really how to move their body. And then that gives them confidence. And then that makes them better in the weight room because they know how to properly lift the weights. So it's, you know, back in the day, Joseph Pilates wished that this was in every school for young kids because that's the best time to teach this method when you're young. And then instead we're doing it when they're adults. And so it's a little bit more work involved because we have to retrain all their old habits.
Well, and they've been compensating for years one way or another, right? Getting strong on one side versus the other and stable on one side versus the other. So with professional athletes in general, do you train them any differently than like your everyday clients? Or I know you kind of individualize it per person, but like, is there something different that you're doing when they come and see you?
Well, it depends. Am I rehabilitating them? Are they playing right now? Some come to see me when they're hurt. Some come to see me during the off season. Some come to see me all the time. So that plays a big role. They are exhausted when they come to see me. So I'm not going to kill them. You know what I mean? I'm going to do what they need because they usually come in after they've lifted weights. So they are stiff and their spines hurt. So we're going to do something on that level of lengthening their whole body out. So it's really is specific.
So you created a product, super cool. I saw you post this and I was like, wow, that's so unique. And like, we need this in the industry, right? Tell me about it. It's called the Ab Belt. How did you come up with it? Give me some insight.
So after my liver transplant, this is where it came from. I could not lie flat for a very long time. They had cut, they cut up and down and across. So my core was gone. And I've never felt that in my entire life. I was a dancer and then Pilates, and I've always had a strong core and an awareness of how to activate it. So debilitating back pain was my number one issue, and I couldn't lie down. So I took the small ball. I didn't have the Ab Belt at that time, and I put it in a knee brace and hooked the knee brace, like the Velcro part, over it, and then just wrapped the little thing around my waist. And so the purpose of that was to keep my spine completely upright and then just slide down to my comfort level and maintain an isometric C curve. And that's all I would do. I would just get into that position with my knees bent, lean back a little bit, and just breathe. And go back to pre-Pilates, closing the ribs, pulling the belly button in, activating the pelvic floor. And I did that for a very, very long time. And that is really how I got my strength back in my core. And then, I took it to the reformer and did abs on box with the small ball hooked to me because I cannot lean all the way back and come up without that ball there.
So you used a knee brace, like a makeshift.
Like a knee brace that you would Velcro, you know what I'm saying? Over the knee. So instead of over the knee,
you just did
that part went over the ball.
Okay.
And that ball was here. And then I had a little strap that I just put around my waist.
Okay. No, that's so
And
smart.
then it took a couple of years. And then, I went through, I trained with Lolita San Miguel. That is a first generation Pilates teacher. So I went through her whole master's program, which was 2 years. And we had to present creative movements to her. And so I was like, well, I'm going to show her what I created. And see what her opinion is because she's a strong individual and she's not afraid to say, that's horrible.
That sucks. Like, nope, sorry.
And she loved it. I was like, okay, well, that's encouraging. And so I'm like, okay, I have to do this because I know it could help. I'm going to say everybody. Everyone. The C curve, the neutral spine is a Pilates thing. I'm not even sure if people are teaching it anymore. And I don't know how well people are even feeling it. And this is something that you could help with anybody, and it's instant. Because as soon as you put it on, get into the right position and lean back, your abs are on.
You've got that support back there just a little bit
Yep.
until you can gain control over
Yeah.
the core, right?
And the ball eliminates the lower back.
Yeah.
So you don't feel your lower back whatsoever, and you can safely use your core.
Yeah.
And if you have an abdominal surgery like mine, or a C-section, or any type of abdominal surgery, this would benefit you.
Yeah.
This would benefit my athletes. Love it.
Yeah.
They love to do core work, and it makes them
Totally.
burn like crazy.
Oh yeah. It,
So-
it just isolates them so much more. It takes the work out of your back
Yes.
doing the work, right?
Yeah.
Especially if somebody is maybe new to Pilates or recovering from an injury or has like never done core work
Yeah.
before. I know when I've teach Matt, I'll do an ab series with the ball behind your back, but that's so smart. It's attached. You can do so many other things.
Yep.
I know you've posted videos like laying on your side, like doing the side abs and having the ball there too.
Yeah.
And you,
It just takes away that fear of it moving.
yeah.
And that's what I learned from creating this.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, when you have, I've never invented something, so this is my first invention.
Yeah.
But what is so amazing about it is watching people use it, and myself included, and learning all these other things that come from it.
Yeah.
Just because it's like around your waist, that proprioception of knowing where it is makes your core burn even more.
Yeah.
Because I did stuff without it, with the small ball, and then with it. And with it is so much more challenging.
Night and day difference.
And I didn't even think that would be possible.
Yeah.
But it's how strong that mind is. It takes away that fear of it going anywhere. Plus, you know it's there.
Well, and that muscle mind connection, right? You're like, this is what should be working. I'm focusing on that working.
Yes.
I have to, because it's not on my back anymore. It is here.
Yeah.
So I can see how that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you put that into production? I mean, you had your makeshift version, and then I feel like I saw you post a video of this a little bit of someone like a seamstress, like putting together it. Yeah.
Well, I launched it May 12th this year. But
2025.
I started working on it last summer.
Okay.
So it's kind of around this time.
Yeah.
So it took about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to make sure all the details are right before you like roll it out, right?
Kinda.
In the same spot. So I know Kahley gave me one. I can pull it up here. So she gave it to me. She gave me a little ball to go with it too. But I know there's so many different styles of Pilates balls out there. I had gotten some when we had started doing mat classes here, and I initially bought them and they're small, and the same brand. The next time I got them, they were like so much bigger. And I was like, okay, did the manufacturing change the size of the ball? And so I like the smaller ball, but you can fit almost any type of ball in there, right?
You just don't want it to be like a basketball or soccer. You can't be hard.
Yeah.
But it also can't be too soft. Like those are the ones I find at the grocery store.
Yes.
And I have been using those since I've opened my studio.
Yeah.
I've never had people say, oh, do like my football players pop them? I'm like, no,
that's
no
a
one has
sturdy one.
ever
Yeah.
done anything. My dog has eaten one.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
but other than that, I mean,
that checks out. That makes sense.
those are good balls. I love them.
Yeah. Do you still have Stella?
Yes.
Stella?
Yeah.
Kahley had a dog when I was doing certification. You had just gotten her.
Yes.
She was so puppy new,
Yeah.
so cute. And she would hang out in studio with us like the whole time. She was so sweet.
Yes.
Is she still a studio dog? Does she
No,
still come to the studio with
she's
you?
not.
Too big.
She's a German Shepherd. She's so protective.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I am going to be okay.
Yeah. You're like, I'm okay. You don't
glued to
need to
me.
growl at everybody that walks in.
Yes.
honey."
Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're a business owner, you're a mom of two, right? You've got
Yep.
two boys. How do you balance it all? I mean, that's a lot. Owning a business, running it, managing it, all the people coming in, managing your boys in the home. Like how do you do it?
Well, so I have other instructors at the studio. There's 7 of us total. I only teach at the studio now Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays.
Okay.
It at this point, it's 20 years. It pretty much does run on its own.
Yeah.
So we don't advertise. We don't really do anything. It's pretty solid, and that's the beauty of having a studio, because my clients have been there forever. But that didn't start that way. It took a long time to get there.
Yeah.
But I would say at this point, I'm not doing as much as I did in the beginning.
Yeah.
I still manage all of the scheduling, and I do all the social media and all that stuff, but it's just so in my routine.
Absolutely.
Then the boys,
The boys?
And then the boys.
That's all you got to say. We get
School
it.
started. So
You're like,
that's
last
helpful.
week. Yes.
I have a couple more hours.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Mason is 10, so he's getting older.
Yeah.
Kanan's 7. I have had a great help. I mean, we have our neighbor who actually just moved, which was very, very sad, but she just moved a couple weeks ago. And so she would always help, but she still is helping.
Yeah.
I have my mom, she's always helped. My husband's family has always helped. So we have a good community
That's great.
where, yeah,
That
it's
makes a
worked.
difference. You
And
have to.
my husband has his own business as well, so he has some freedom.
Yeah, flexibility on schedule. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's so nice.
Yes.
And I remember you brought your son in one time. He does like Pilates with you, right? I don't know
They
if you're older.
both do.
They both do. Okay,
Yeah,
I say I
yeah.
know your younger one was no. I don't remember. I feel like one
I
of
don't
your boys
remember
came
which
in one
one,
time.
but they
Yeah,
they both do it. And I have a reformer at home. That's part of
Yeah.
Mason's, because Mason plays football, basketball, baseball, and Kanan right now is just football.
Yeah.
But Mason has to do footwork. That's part of his thing.
Yeah.
And when the athletes come in, they are more into working out. My
Yeah.
youngest used to work out with Tershawn Wharton anytime that he came in, and he would do the entire workout with
Same
him.
thing.
Like,
Yeah.
they just love it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. They're just like,
So-
I'm working out with
Yeah.
so and so over here.
But it's encouraging, and that was my goal with the athletes.
Yeah.
I go back to that, circle back to them for a second.
Totally.
I wanted to put that out there on the social media to show that these guys are doing it, because, long story short, Pilates kind of from the beginning was a little bit more, well, reputation of it was more feminine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was not just a Pilates intention. He was a very masculine man. He trained boxers. He was an athlete. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
was very strong.
Yeah.
And during that time, when he brought it to New York City, it was around the Depression. It was just dancers working out, and that was the community that was going to him. So, full circle back, I really wanted to showcase my guys doing that so that the youth, our younger kids, would be, encouraged to do it.
Yeah, I think that's so important. It does have the clout of being more of a feminine style exercise, but I love so much when you see even like these funny videos on social media of men going to take a Pilates class and they're like shaking and they're like,
Yes.
oh my gosh. I'm like, yes, like you can be the strongest guy in the world, but if you get on the reformer or even do mat, all your small little stabilizers is what's working really hard.
Yeah.
And everybody needs that, no matter how strong and buff you are.
Right?
So I think athletes doing reformer and it getting out there in social media right now is so cool, because I'm like, it is for everybody.
Yes.
Even these professionals who are doing so much to their bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Getting it into like the little kids too. Yeah. That's
I
it.
love
whole
training the little
crowd.
ones.
Yeah.
When we have a lot of younger kids and high school
Do you?
kids, and yes,
Wow.
I'm training a
that's so cool.
7-year-old right now. She's a doll.
Oh my gosh.
Took her 2 sessions. Her first session, she was kind of able to do the teaser. Second session, boom, teaser.
Like, got it, figured
Yeah.
it out. They're so just like I feel like they pick things up so quickly. They're so agile and mobile and just open for anything. They're not like scared.
No.
I think that's funny when I get somebody on the reformer for the first time. A lot of times they're like, I'm not gonna fall through. I'm like, no, you're not gonna fall through. It's okay. I think that's, especially as an adult getting into it, if you're like standing up or something and you look down and the springs are there, you're just like, well, how am I supposed to move? So
Right.
that's funny. That's cool. I love that you're doing that with little kids. I didn't know that.
Yes, I love it. That was my goal with the athletes, and
Yeah.
it's happened.
Yeah.
And I told them all that too. Like,
Yeah.
this is because,
You're like, you're here because I want to get the word out to the kids.
well, it was just like in the back of my mind, like you're cool,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they like to do what is cool, and
Yeah.
it's going to be out there.
Totally. So with some of the Chiefs players, do you work with them during season, or is it mostly off season, or do they come see you kind of like between games and stuff too?
It is all different.
Yeah.
Tershawn Wharton was my like person,
Yeah.
and he was always with me.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for him, but got a huge offer
Yeah.
with the Panthers, and he has left. But
Yeah.
he was there twice a week the entire time. Like, not even like he wouldn't even go anywhere during the off season.
Yeah.
He was so dedicated, not just to Pilates, but everything.
His routine,
His
yeah,
everything,
his
yeah.
off-season routine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So-
then
Now it's just whenever they can.
when they can
Off
pop
season,
in.
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But now we're getting, I mean, this is my first year without him. So
Yeah.
now we'll get into more
Yeah.
commitment once they announce the roster.
That's true because they still have time for cutting and stuff.
Yeah. I think it's August 27th
Yeah.
that they'll
Oh my gosh,
narrow
that's,
that down.
in a
Yeah.
couple of days. Okay, so you're like, we'll see who's sticking around.
It's so hard. They have such,
oh my
I have so
gosh.
much respect for all of them. They work so hard.
Oh,
That's why I
totally.
say when they come to the studio, I'm not trying to kill them
Yeah.
because I know how much they've already done.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and they're getting worked, whether
Yes.
it's practice or their weight training that they have to do too.
Yeah.
So coming
Or
to
mentally,
Pilates.
just the
Oh
mental
yeah.
part of all of it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So to come and get lengthening and strengthening and some mobility and just like
Yeah.
intentional movement on the reformer is probably
Yeah.
like a release for them. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So for somebody who's seen Pilates out there, not really sure if it's for them, what advice do you have for people who are like, okay, I kind of want to try Pilates or I'm getting into it? Like, what's your advice?
You got to try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing other than that. I
Simple
mean, my
as that.
mom is 72. She teaches at my studio.
Yeah.
And she's in phenomenal shape because of Pilates.
Yeah.
And she has pretty much her clients are around her age.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of having instructors is if you guys don't, some people are scared of me. I'm not scary, I promise. But maybe you
It's
feel more
intimidating.
comfortable with somebody else,
Yeah.
And so she would always be my person if somebody is a little bit nervous.
Yeah. Well, and it's never too late to start, right?
It's never too
you could
late.
be 65 and have never done anything before and get on the reformer and see benefit from it. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I have a 74-year-old gal who works with me and
Yeah.
she's just like, I just want to, move better as I continue to age. And I'm
Yep.
like, yeah, I love that. That's so great.
Exercise is the number one thing for longevity. And
Yes.
it is a must. It is not optional. You have to do something. It doesn't have to be Pilates. It could be just walking. It could be yoga. Anything that you gravitate to that you enjoy, you have to do it.
Well, and movement is amazing, but like strength training, muscle stamina, just having muscle as you age, not only is that
Yes.
going to support metabolism, but like if somebody is older and they fall and they
Mm-hmm.
have an injury, getting back from that injury, like the more, your body can manage stress because you've been exercising, the
Absolutely.
better off you're going to be. So,
Yep.
yeah, I think it all goes hand in hand together.
Mm-hmm.
So as a mom, as a business owner, working with athletes, working with everyday clients, what's your biggest takeaway from being in this industry, in the health and fitness industry? What do you love most about it? What do you want people to know?
I love helping people. That's everything to me. That's why I got started. That's why I said no more with the dance. This is something that will help people. It's helped me. It's going to help others. So when my clients tell me something like, I don't know, I had my shoulders down and I felt it, or I get so excited, almost crazy excited because they're feeling it. So I love changing lives. Pilates is a life-changing method. So when it's taught in that manner, when instructors are watching over and touching the clients, because that tactile cueing is everything, and you're actually making that impact. That's it for me.
Yeah.
I'm done.
That does it. You're like, that's all.
That's all I needed.
folks. Yeah.
That's why the ab belt, I knew that if it helped me, this
Yeah.
could help so many other people. So
Totally.
that's my biggest thing.
Well, and the ab ball, I feel like is so great because you can do it at home. You can,
Simple.
Yeah, it's simple. You can take it with you. You can do it at home. You can just have it there. So
Yeah.
let's say you maybe don't have access to a studio or you're traveling or something, like it's a method that you can still get some quality movement in without feeling like you have to go find a gym nearby or something.
Yes,
Right?
yes, exactly. It is simple. I have also, filmed videos with it and everything. But like today, I went outside and I ran. But then I came home. I was on that ab belt for 5 minutes, and that's it.
You're like,
That's all I needed.
Got some activation,
Yeah.
stability, walk out feeling a little bit taller, a little bit longer.
Yes. For any goal that you have, it has to be consistency. So whatever you choose in life, you have to be consistent at it. And that's little things like that.
Yeah.
Just you have to, if you do find a gym, it needs probably to be close to you. You can't be a half hour away where you drive. I mean, unless you really will commit to that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. No, you're so right. It's about the long game. And so you need to find little things here and there that are going to support your journey along the way and not have these big things that are going to throw you off if something happens, right? Because
Yeah.
the consistency of getting a few workouts in a week, getting movement, walking, moving,
Yep.
having props to help you engage appropriately in your classes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So important.
Yeah.
Well, I love all of that. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so excited to try the ab bell. Ever since
Yes.
you
I
shared
can't
that, I was like,
wait.
yay. Might have to buy some for all my classes that we do here. So, where can people find you? Where can they find the ab belt? What are you up to next? What are you doing? What's next on the
Oh,
agenda for
there's
you?
nothing next right now because
You're like, no, no,
I
no,
just
pause.
launched this app out. We got to get it out.
Yes.
Like I want to reach the world. I know that sounds insane, but my goals are
No, yeah.
huge because I know it's something that everybody could benefit from. So that's my work in progress at this moment
it.
and my thing that I'm most focused on besides my children. I never want them to feel like they're pushing them away and that's not the reality of it.
Totally.
But trying to balance all of it is
yeah.
key. So you can find the ab belt on my website, which is pilatesbykahley.com. My studio is down the street.
It is. I know she's not very far from us here.
And we have all classes. We also have an infrared sauna. We also have what's called Fit Springs. And that is it's not Pilates, but it's the part of Pilates I feel like that doesn't exist because we do a lot of things standing on the Fit Springs and it takes about 20% of your body weight off. So you're jumping and doing HIIT workouts without that same amount of load on your body.
I was going to ask about that because I know I've seen you work with some younger athletes using that, right?
Yes,
Just to kind
yeah.
of help with their movement and quality.
Yeah, it's just a different way. That's the key with owning your own studio business is how do I keep my clients here? How do I keep my fire going? Over the past 20 years have done a lot of things to continuing education, which you can't stop. You have to continue to learn and find out what's going on in the world and bring that home so that people are excited to come to you and to learn from you, and then you can offer more.
Well, and another beauty of owning your own space is you can do what you want and make it your own. You kind of take tidbits of, I like this, how do I make it mine, and how do I offer that to my people or get some new people in the door with it?
Yes.
Yeah. What's been your biggest challenge as a business owner? I mean, you've been in business for a long time. You've probably come across all kinds of different challenges. Maybe one that stands out.
Oh, let me just say this without saying anything. Keep your ideas quiet.
Yeah.
Don't share everything.
Yeah.
My life is it's like a bubble. You know what I mean? My circle is very small because that's kind of I've realized that you have to keep it that way.
Yes,
so
you do.
Yeah.
I feel like the older you get, the smaller your circle
Yes.
is, right? Very
Yeah.
intentional about the people that are closest to you, involved in your business, with you,
Yeah.
with your family, everything, right?
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's so smart. You don't want to talk to too many people about too many different things before it's,
Yeah,
a
and don't trust
thing.
everybody.
Yeah.
That's a big one. At the beginning, I mean, I feel like everyone's coming into my home, so I'm like over the top welcoming and tell everything, and I've learned the hard way to still be welcoming, but maybe don't share all
You
of
have to
it.
find the boundary of like,
Yes.
how much do I open up to certain people, or how
Yes.
much trust can I give certain people?
Yeah.
Well, it's your baby, right? I mean, you're like,
Yeah.
it's mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be intentional. Good.
Good.
Well, that's any business owners out there. There's some advice is be very intentional with who you bring into your circle,
Yes.
who you spend your time with. We're all about culture here at Avexia of just like every single coach that we hire on to work with us. We're very intentional about making sure that their culture matches what what we're building here. Because if you bring a rotten egg in and you don't know it, it totally messes with the energy and the vibe. And I think that's so important in this industry, especially is like you want to create a special place. And if you don't have the right people in there, that's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Energy is a big thing.
yeah, definitely. Well, find Kahley at Pilates by Kahley right down the road from here. And check out her ab belt on pilatesbykaylee.com and you can
Yep.
buy it from there. And check out her social media. I mean, you have 2 different social media accounts. Share what those are.
Yeah,
so people can check
Pilates
you out.
KC Girl. That's my IG. Pilates by Kahley is also on there, and then I'm on TikTok, Pilates KC Girl, and Facebook.
Yeah, you don't. I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah,
You're on
I knew I had to be,
I
though.
know. We probably should be, but
It's a lot to keep up with,
is.
but I just got to be there.
well, it's you make the video or pick whatever once, and then you just share it to all the platforms, right?
Kinda.
Yeah.
I kind of have to change things. I changed the wording depending on which
Yes.
platform I'm on.
Yeah.
Because they're all different audiences. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's time consuming to keep up with the social media.
it is, but that's the whole other, and I do it all myself. I
Yeah.
don't know how I could have anybody do that for me because it's so authentic. So
You have a particular message you want to put out, and you
Yeah.
want to make sure it's in your version and words. And
Yes.
stuff. No, that makes sense.
So I have no life basically.
Working, I'm momming, I'm managing, being a spouse,
Yeah.
a wife, a daughter, all the things. It's not easy out there, friends.
But it's amazing though when it's what you love to do
Yeah.
and you're like so disciplined and you're in it.
Absolutely.
There's no looking back,
No.
you know?
You're just like,
Yeah.
this is it. What's the next thing? Let's keep going. Let's
Yes.
keep growing. And
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me
Yeah,
today. I can't
this
wait
was
for
fun.
people to hear about your story and just get Pilates out there in a positive light.
Yes.
And a little bit more about it too. I feel like people see it, they don't really know about it or why it's so good for them. So
Right.
I think this will be a great message. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you liked what you heard and want to hear more, you can follow us on social media and tune in anywhere you listen to podcasts.